pleasant good evening, everyone. Jeff Bebis, Sports Information Director at Calvin University, getting set to bring you another rendition of Calvin Alma women's basketball. This, an MIAA tournament first round matchup between the Scots of Alma and the Knights of Calvin University. This game, and all these MIAA tournament games, are presented by the Collegiate Credit Union. We thank them for their support and sponsorship of MIAA tournament competition this year. Collegiate Credit Union serving as a proud sponsor of the MIAA women's basketball tournament. It's a digital banking built for student athletes. It's not just another payment app, it's real banking. Collegiate makes it easy to manage your money, grow your savings, and stay focused on your future. Learn more and sign up today at www.collegiatecu.org/MIAA. This pregame show also sponsored by Holland Home. We'll get to them in a minute. Calvin coming in at 15-10. Overall, in the Scots of Alma are 11-14. These teams, as mentioned, played just a week ago, Wednesday night, right here at Vennord Arena, and Calvin won that game fairly handily. Final score 85-52. The Knights were hot from three-point range, but Alma has a win against Calvin earlier this year. It came back on January 7 up at Alma's Art Smith Arena. And the Scots were winners 71-67. Had a huge fourth quarter in that game. Outscored the Knights 23-11 over the final 10 minutes to secure the win. The winner of tonight's game will move on to the semifinals and will face Trine University, the regular season champion and top seed in the league tournament. That game will be Friday down in Angola at the MTI Center at 7:30 p.m. So whoever comes out of tonight will go down there. The other first round game tonight has the number 3 seed Albion Britons hosting the Kalamazoo College Hornets, and whoever comes out of that one will take on Hope in the first semifinal game on Friday night at the MTI Center at approximately 5:30 p.m. This pregame show brought to you by Holland Home, and just bringing you a little bit more information about the Holland Home here. They have been a proud sponsor of Calvin Athletics throughout this year, and we thank them for that. I had my read on them, and I know we have to do this later on, so we'll get back a little bit more on that. Calvin, let's talk a little bit about the Knights. Anna Fernandez, the leading scorer for Calvin, averaging 16.1 points per contest, has 950 points at Calvin in her career, well over 1,000 points in her collegiate career. Started out at Wheaton, now the last 3 years at Calvin. Ryan Rohr at 12.3 points and 7.7 rebounds a game, having a nice year after missing all of last season with an injury. She did compete in indoor track last year late in the game, and that kind of got her back on the athletic footing, so to speak. Also competed in outdoor track. She's a terrific shot put, discus, hammer, and weight thrower. When she does that, she was the MIAA's most valuable field event athlete in outdoor track as a freshman, I believe. And obviously a tremendous player here in women's basketball. On the women's side, Alma led by Cadence Kaminsky, averaging 13.8 points a game, and Kate Starkey, the point guard, averaging 13 points per contest. Molly Derlou coming in at 9 points a game. Alma shooting 33% from three-point range, averaging 66 points a game offensively, giving up 68.36 points a game on the defensive end. Calvin averaging 64 points a game offensively and allowing just 54.6 points a game. The Knights shoot 28% from three, 41% overall. And if I can dig up that box score from last Wednesday night, which was that fairly lopsided win by Calvin over Alma, the Knights, despite shooting only 7 of 18 from three on the year, despite shooting only 28.8% from three on the year, went 10 of 20 for 50% in the win last week. So we will see what transpires in tonight's game. And just going through a few more of our pregame notes. Calvin coached by head coach Mark Christner, and Alma coached by Sammy Stormont, both in their 7th year as head coach at their respective schools. Both came in time for the 2019-20 season, and I believe this is the third time that they have met in the MIAA tournament as head coaches of Kelvin and Alma. Sammy Stormont, a former standout at Northwood University, where she played on the women's basketball team, and of course Coach Christner was a member of the Kelvin men's basketball team, and then later went on, served as a student assistant coach for a year with the women's basketball team, assistant coach with the women's basketball program here at Kelvin, then the men's assistant for a number of years, head coach at Waynesburg on the men's side for a number of years, and then came back to his alma mater in time for the 2019-20 academic year. I was thinking back a little bit on that MIAA tournament of 2019-20, both on the men's and women's side. That was only a couple of weeks before COVID shut everything down, and it's just weird to think about that because it just felt like everything went into a time warp after that. 2019-20 for the 2020 MIAA tournament, just looking up the records in that one. Kelvin women defeated Alma 70-50, and then ended up losing to Hope in the MIAA tournament semifinals. And just going through some of these MIAA tournament outcomes here. Yeah, this is the third time that Kelvin and Alma have met in the MIAA tournament with Coach Christner and Coach Stormont at the helm. Kelvin had the bye last Saturday on the women's side, so they have not played since last Wednesday night's win over Alma. Alma had to go down to Kalamazoo, and they did, and won 83-57. That was a battle for the 5th seed. Whoever won that would take 5th and get the 5th seed, and Alma did just that in that one. Last night, Kelvin men's basketball was in action in the first round of the MIAA tournament, and Kelvin ended up winning that one quite handily over the Adrian Bulldogs, 105-63. They will take on rival Hope Friday night in an MIAA tournament semi at 5:30 p.m. at the University of Olivet. So that's the way that one is looking. All right, I wanted to find my read on Holland Home, which is one of our sponsors for the pregame. So since 1892, Holland Home has been providing vibrant independent living, compassionate assisted living, excellent skilled nursing, and person-centered dementia care. Holland Home is proud to offer 3 unique communities designed to help older adults live fully and vibrantly, whether at Bretton Woods, Raybrook, or their newest community coming soon, the Everton in Ada. You'll find welcoming spaces, thoughtful amenities, and opportunities to nurture friendships, old and new. Well, they are getting close to finishing up the warm-ups here. In just a moment, we'll be sending it over to public address announcer Dan Spolma, the introduction of tonight's national anthem and the starting lineup presented by Garrett's Appliance. I think the Knights will go very similar to what they did last Wednesday with a smaller lineup. I think you'll see Ashley Reardon in there along with Fernandez, Caitlin LaRue, Chloe Wiggers, and Ryan Rohrer. And I would suspect that we'll see a similar starting 5 for Alma, which has pretty much been Cadence Kaminsky, Kate Starkey, Molly Derlew, Brecken Werner, and Sarah Ebel. Let's turn it over to public address announcer Dan Spolma. We'll have the introduction of our national anthem and then the starting lineups. And again, all of that brought to you by Garrett's Appliance for this pregame starting lineup. MIAA tournament action presented to you by the Collegiate Credit Union. We'll turn it over to Dan Spolma and company right now.
The reason they go end up on the news, get money don't make Ladies and gentlemen, please rise or remain standing. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. To honor America and those who protect our freedom at home and abroad, please sing along to playing of our national anthem. Good evening and welcome to Van Ord Arena for tonight's MIAA tournament quarterfinal game between the Scots from Alma College and the Calvin University Knights. Let's take a moment to meet tonight's starting lineups. First for Alma, starting at forward, is a 5'9" senior from Brighton, number 10, Sarah Ebel. For the Knights at forward, a 6'1" junior from Caledonia, number 22, Ashley Raridan. For the Scots at forward, a 6' senior from Lyons, number 24, Brecken Werner. For the Knights, starting at forward, a 5'10" junior from Ludington, number 34, Ryan Rohr. For the Scots, starting at guard, she's a freshman, 5'5" out of Grass Lake, number 0, Kate Starkey. For the Knights, at guard, a 5'8" junior from Lake Orion, number 12, Chloe Wiegers. For the Scots, starting at guard, she's a junior, 5'8" out of Brownstown, number 11, Cadence Kaminsky. For the Knights, at guard, a junior, 5'10" out of Grand Rapids, number 23, Caitlin LaRue. And for Alma, starting at guard, a 5'9" junior from Howell, number 12, Molly Durlow. And for the Knights, starting at guard, a 5'8" senior from Plymouth, number 13, Anna Hernandez. The head coach for the Scots is Sammy Stormont, and the head coach for the Knights is Mark Christner.
All right, that's tonight's starting lineup, powered by Garrett's Appliances, offering the latest lineup with the top appliance brands at very competitive prices. That's Garrett's Appliances, with the locations in Wyoming and Kentwood. You always, when you come off the Olympics, that national anthem always just hits a little differently, and certainly the way the last 3 or 4 days ended at the Olympics, U.S. women's hockey team winning the gold medal 2-1 in overtime against Canada. I think it was last Friday. Very thrilling. And then equally thrilling on Sunday morning, it was the United States on the men's side winning the gold medal 2-1 in overtime over Canada. So certainly some patriotic fervor that has drifted into the latter part of February here in the United States. And here we go into this ball game. Knights win the opening tip-off, and that's Chloe Wiegers with it to Raridan. Alma in the tight man-to-man here. Knights hit 10 3-pointers last Wednesday night. Rohr on the left block, up top to Wiegers. LaRue's going to pump it up there and get it. And the Knights picking up where they left off from last Wednesday. Caitlin LaRue with a triple. She shot very well last Wednesday night. She's off to a quick start. Scots in the black uniforms, trimmed in maroon and cream. Brecken Werner leaves it up top to Dorlew and got it stolen. Rohr got her hands on that, and then Fernandez scooped it up. Wiegers inside, finds a cutting Ryan. Rohrer has to kick it out. Didn't quite catch it cleanly. Alma folks wanted to travel. LaRue off the window, no. Tap back by Rohrer, and now Fernandez to collect. Got a fresh 20 on the shot clock there, did Kelvin. Rohrer's going to pump it up from 19 off the mark. Rebounded by Derlew. Back to Werner, thinks about a three. The Scots will reset. I wonder if Alma wants a little bit of a slower pace. We'll see. Starkey on the dribble, kicks it up top there to Ebel. 10 on the shot clock. Werner on the baseline. Got an open look for Starkey from the right side. No, a little short. Rohrer with the board. Over to Chloe. She'll reverse spin a couple of times there. Go into the lane with a nice penetration. Now Fernandez from the left wing. Going to be deep. Rebounded by Rohrer. Lost it. And then Alma dribbled it on the baseline. So no clear possession. Shot clock will be at 14. Over at Albion, the Britons up early on Kalamazoo, 14-4. Ashley Reardon. Handoff to LaRue. 7 on the shot clock. Rohrer's going to have to do something here. Now to Wiegers. 3 in the shot clock. Got to get a shot up. Reardon will. And off the back iron. Rohrer trying to track it down. She does and saves it back to Reardon. So another offensive board. Second for Rohrer, in fact. Here is LaRue. Knight skipping it around the horn, under 10 on the shot clock. Pull up from Chloe, going to be off the mark. Rohrer back taps it and stepped out of bounds in doing so. It'll be Alma basketball. First round MIAA tournament game. Kelvin against Alma. Kate Starkey out of Grass Lake, Michigan. Grass Lake High School graduate. 5'5" freshman. She's seen a lot of playing time this year, so at this point, really not a freshman. Almost call her redshirt freshman. Here's a three from the top. Derlew, no. Offensive board by the Scots. Put back no by Ebel, and LaRue got the pickup there and brings it into the front court. Into Rohrer. Trying to bull her away, and Starkey picked her pocket. Causes a tie-up, and the arrow says Alma. Fresh subs here for the Scots. Maddie Weber is in. And Reese Wisniewski. Wisniewski had a nice game last Wednesday night off the bench. Alma defense being a little bit more active early on as compared to last Wednesday night. Here's Starkey going to the hole, little stutter step off the mark. Wiegers was right in her right pocket there, and she gets the handoff in transition. Fernandez from 15, going to be a little deep, and rebounded by Wisniewski. Wisniewski will push it up. Man-to-man by the Knights. Again, the winner of this will play Trine in the semis Friday night at 7:30 p.m. 15 on the shot clock. Maddie Weber trying to back down Reardon. Spins. Oh, a little up and under move. Short. And it got tipped around, and the Knights with the board. A lot of one-and-dones here for Alma. Only basket of the game so far has been the three by Caitlin LaRue. Here's Chloe Wiegers. Back to Reardon. Trying to back her way down. 10 on the shot clock. Rohrer wants a clear out here. She's going to just take her way to the basket. Goes up and got fouled. Weber stuck her hand in there and got her on the arm. You can hear Coach Christner off to the right of me. He wants a little bit more ball movement. Offense stagnated a little bit. Got Gabby Hallowell in for the Knights. She had a nice game off the bench last week. It's now 14-9 Albion over Kalamazoo in that other semi. Ryan Rohrer out of Ludington. Had a couple of older brothers who ran track and field. Excellent hurdlers for Kelvin. Going back about 8-9 years ago. Missed the first free throw. And missed the second, in and out. So still 3-0 here. Little backdoor pass. Starkey goes up and got fouled by Wiegers, who reached in. Got her on the shoulder, and Starkey will be at the line for a pair. So this game a little bit more gritty, if you will, so far. It's a one and done situation. Winner goes on, loser goes home. So no surprise. Starkey makes that first free throw. She has started in all 26 games now for the Scots. Shooting almost 80% from the line is Starkey. And she makes them both. So 3-2. And a little Tolkien full court pressure again by Alma. LaRue will bring it up. Knights looking for some offense. Hallowell on the spin dribble. Picked it up now to Wiggers. Run a little curl route. Again, back to 10 on the shot clock. Knights need to make something happen. Ball movement not real crisp for Kelvin right now. Here's Rohr. There's a good pass to the left. Ooh, Wiggers decided to give it up. Now Rohr's going to get a shot off just in time. Going to be short and rebounded by Starkey. Here's Alma in transition. Kaminsky had it for a moment. Now Maddie Weber trying to back Rohr down. Spins to the left, and Rohr picked her pocket. And I think we're going to have a foul on Alma. Not sure what we ordered. Was the ball off of Alma out of bounds? I think it's just going to be knocked out of bounds by Alma, and it will be Kelvin basketball. Our first media timeout of this contest here. Fans tonight's featured Kelvin women's basketball student athlete. Planning for a success story. I gotta look who that one is because I've got the copy. For the men's game from last night. It is brought to you, I can tell you that, by Skipper and Ostrink. I believe it is Emma Whitty who is our Skipper and Ostrink, student athlete planning for success honoree, and it is Emma, of course, a senior out of Grand Rapids Christian High School, an education major, integrated science minor, standout student, Dean's List student, academic honor roll, and has done a great job with the maroon and gold. That's Planning for Success, presented by Skipper and Ostrink Wealth Management, providing the financial clarity, solutions, and service that allow you to focus on what you care about most. Also, later in today's game, we'll be watching for the Visser Brothers Teamwork of the Game play, a key play where Kelvin has planned, managed, and executed correctly. That'll be the Visser Brothers Teamwork of the Game, presented by Visser Brothers General Contractors, who are a team of dedicated project professionals, knows how to maintain your construction process on schedule and on budget. 3-2, Kelvin on top early, first quarter. Fernandez gets the handoff. Little curl action. Good perimeter defense by the Scots, taking away that three. Now Hallowell will pump up a three, going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Wiegers. Back to LaRue, pumps up another three off the mark. Rushed it a little bit. And the Scots get the board. Noelle Ebel passing to the post. Brecken Werner is back in. Here's a three from the right wing. Going to be a little short by Wisniewski. And the Knights with the board. 3-2. Points have been hard to come by. A field goal and a safety. Well, there's a pull-up and a jumper there for Anna Fernandez. And she gets off the schneid, 5-2. So hopefully that'll get her going from a Kelvin standpoint. Scott's trying to counter here. Here's Brecken Werner. Got a little height advantage on LaRue. Goes up with a right-hander and in. 5-4. Chloe Wiegers bringing the ball up floor. She was defended by Noelle Ebel. Fernandez, who is hunting shots, gets one off, going to be short. Rebounded by Wiegers, another offensive board. Hallowell pumps up a three. It's up there, running out. Rebounded by Fernandez, another offensive board. Goes up hard and lays it up and in. Offensive boards are big for Kelvin. If you're Alma, you have to close down a little bit more on that. 7-4. Knights on top. Weber. Top of the key, over to Kaminsky. He's got a little screen, pick and roll action. Oh, almost a steal by Fernandez. Now into Maddie Weber. Gonna try to back down Reardon, just bowling her way to the basket. Goes up hard, scores, and a foul. Definitely seeing more determination and physicality by the Scots in this one. Again, it's win or go home. Lily Nitz is on for the Knights. Weber at the line. Free throws up there and off the mark. Battle for the board. Nitz got a piece and Reardon collects it. Sammy DeKuyper in for Calvin. Here's Fernandez. Got a bump and drew a foul on Werner. That will be foul number 2 on the Scots, so each team with 2 fouls apiece. Coming in for Alma, Sarah Ebel. Weber with a good shift, checks out. Fernandez will be at the line. Ooh, had a late change in free throw positioning there as the ball was being presented to the shooter. Well, they said that was a shooting foul there on Fernandez. Interesting. She'll get 2 and makes the first. No dispute on that one by Alma, so makes both. She's got 4, Anna Fernandez, and the Knights up 9-6. Alma into the front court, Starkey. Well, hand off now, high post to Kaminsky. And now Derlew, a lot of perimeter action going on right now. Again, there's that weave action, handoff to the Scots. Derlew gonna drive to the basket, goes up, shoots, no, and rebounded by Fernandez. Good job defensively by Reardon to hold her space. Fernandez trying to power her way to the basket, instead kicks it out. Nitz, handoff to DeKuyper, back to Nitz. She pumps up a 3, it's good! Lily Nitz, that's gotta feel good for her, 12-6, Calvin. Under 2 minutes to go, first quarter here at Vennord Arena. Kaminsky trying to split a couple defenders, does. Lefty off the window and in. Full court pressure now, this is the real deal. Little trap in the back corner, DeKuyper, and stepped out of bounds to be a turnover. So Coach Stormont changing it up a little bit defensively off the made basket, and the Knights caught unawares, and it turns it over to the Scots. Ryan Rohr back on for Calvin. Starkey defended by DeKuyper. Starkey going to get a high screen from Werner, now has a lane to the basket, goes up and fouled by Nitz, who bumped her. There'll be 2 shots for the freshman from Grass Lake. First free throw up and in.
One more, kiddo. Here we go.
And the second one also good. Full court pressure by the Scots and a near turnover there by Fernandez. DeKuyper got it, now the Knights break it. Here's Nitz, a 3 from the corner, good! She's got 2 of them. A transition triple, 15-10. Pass into the post, Werner turning, lefty off the window and in. Scots starting to pick up the pace, 15-12, full court pressure. Fernandez in the open court, it breaks the timeline. Well, all of a sudden the offense has picked up here in the last couple minutes. 50 seconds left, little double team. Rohrer has to come and meet that one. Got deflected, punches it over to Fernandez, pumps up a three off the rim, and we're gonna have a hold, I believe. No, hold on Alma. Thought maybe Nitz or Rohrer would get it, but they're gonna call it on Werner. A hold underneath on the rebound. So that is foul number 3 of the half. Not a shooting foul yet. And only 42 ticks left in the first half. Here's Emma Whitty. Talked about her as our skipper no strength student athlete playing for success honoree. She played a nice little role off the bench last Wednesday. Wiegers is in for Kelvin and gets the inbounds in. Rohrer trying to back her defender down. Nitz just going to go right to the hole. Got blocked by Weber, and Rohrer ties it up. Oh, wow. But maybe they would call her for a foul, and she came from behind and tied it up, and the Knights have the arrow. Scott Faithful behind me does not agree. They might have a case. Now they're going to have a... Referees are going to confer. I think they want to talk about if the right... Yeah, all right. It was Werner who got the foul, or is that Weber who got the foul? I think it was Weber. LaRue's going to pump up a three. Good. Boy, that was a big sequence there. The tie-up gives the ball back to Kelvin, and then the Knights convert on a three. 18-12. Wiegers up tight with Starkey. Ten on the shot clock. Starkey kicks it left side. Pass inside, going to be stolen. Knights might get off a shot. LaRue, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, needs a pass. Going to throw it up there. Oh, off the window and rim. No good. So, at the end of one, a crazy ending to the first quarter, but the Knights of Kelvin lead the Scots of Alma 18-12. In today's game, we'll be looking for our Energizing the Knights. Player gives Kelvin a key lift. In the game, brought to you by Pliables, located at Knapp's Corner in Grand Rapids, juicing the freshest, highest quality ingredients. Pliables serves healthy, delicious acai, pitaya, coconut bowls, and smoothies. Your morning booster and your lunch break dream. Pliables at Knapp's Corner. Today's first half brought to you by Skipper No Strength Wealth Management, partnering with you to help unlock your financial potential and build your legacy. Fans, mark your calendars for a couple of important Kelvin athletic events this spring. On April 30, Kelvin Baseball hosts Trine University at LMCU Ballpark as part of Kelvin's 150th anniversary spring celebration. Then on May 18, it's the annual Kelvin Golf Outing at Egypt Valley to support Kelvin athletics. And again, the MIAA would like to thank Collegiate Credit Union for serving as our proud sponsor of the MIAA Women's Basketball Tournament. Collegiate Credit Union is digital banking built for student athletes. It's not just another payment app, it's real banking. Collegiate makes it easy to manage your money, grow your savings, and stay focused on your future. Learn more and sign up today at www.collegiatecu.org/MIAA. Looking at the statistics here from the first quarter, Kelvin 6 of 20, that's 30% from the field. Alma was 4 of 11, 36.4%. Rebounding, Kelvin with 15, Alma with 8, and the Knights had 8 offensive rebounds in the contest, and that led to 5 second chance points by the Knights. Kelvin is 4 of 10 from 3. Alma has yet to hit a 3. Now here's one up in the air, going to be short by Kaminsky, and we have another tie-up, I think. We do, and I think Kelvin has the arrow because Alma just started out with the arrow to start the quarter. And I was correct on that one. I am not always correct. I'd be the first one to tell you that. Emma Whitty still in the game for the Knights, along with Caitlin LaRue, Lily Nitz, and Ryan Rohrer, and Chloe Wiegers. Wiegers has the ball. She's going to drive to the basket. Floater off the window and in. The Lake Orion native gives Kelvin the 20-12 lead. Starkey will hand it off to Ebel. Now passing to the post, and a good offensive set there for the Scots. Basket is good by Ebel. Nice feed by Derleau. 20-14. Whitty back to Rohrer. Oh, and a near steal, and it is a steal. Rohr tried to hand it off, and Alma just got right in the way of that handoff and knocked it loose. Loose ball goes to the Scots. Both teams running that kind of high weave, and now there's a turnover right the other way at the high point. Long lead pass by Wiggers. Over to Rohr, off the window and in on the long bomb. Telling you, Chloe could play quarterback on Calvin's flag football team. She'd be good. 20-14. Turnover by the Scots. Here comes Calvin in transition. Oh, look out. LaRue caught it. Got caught up underneath and missed it on the underside. Here's Alma the other way. Ebel handed it off to Starkey. Now got it back. Kaminsky looking inside. Another cut by Starkey. Rohr knocked it loose for a quick moment. Passing to the post to Maddie Weber. Outside, a three. Up there and in. The first three of the game. It comes from Ebel of Alma, the Brighton, Michigan graduate. And it's 22-17. Lily Nitz to Rohr. We're going to have subs for both sides. I think there's a little fatigue going on with both teams. Been a lot of up and down action. Here is LaRue, and she went hard to the basket, got fouled. Let's see if that's Ebel. It is Ebel. Could have been Kaminsky too. You've got Reardon and Fernandez for the Knights. And for Alma, Wisniewski, Noelle, Ebel, and Anna. Did I see Anna Waterstret come on? I did. The two-sport athlete for the Scots. Also plays a real good game of soccer at Alma. Here's LaRue and an up and under, a little short, battle for the board, and I think she knocked it out of bounds, and she did. 22-17, 7:42 to go, second quarter. Scots with the basketball. Maddie Weber has it high post, defended by Reardon. Got a screen, and I think we got a hold on Emma Whitty. And we do. Both sides attempting to get in the way or bottle up the opposing team's offensive sets. And that was a foul on that one. Here's a little jump stop jumper, and it's good off the window by Kaminsky off the inbounds play. 22-19, three-point game. Scott's right there. Little token man or full court man-to-man. Knights will walk it up. Let's see how Alma continues to switch up that pressure. LaRue to Whitty. On the dribble, pulls up from the right elbow, a little short, rebounded to Reardon, lefty off the glass, no, but got fouled. I think that's on Waterstret. No, that was not Waterstret. That was Kaminsky who got called for the foul. No, it was Waterstret. It was Waterstret, sorry. So Reardon with a free throw, and she makes the first. Second free throw also up and in there. 24-19. Noelle Ebel out of Brighton, Michigan. Brought it up there, and now Wisniewski. Defended by Whitty. You're looking for Weber inside. She's posting up. Former Hopkins Vikings standout. Turns off the window short. And got her own board. Battle for it now. A big scrum, and Wiggers came up with it. Chloe Wiggers over to Fernandez, and here come the Knights on the fast break. Gonna pull it back. Scots get back in defense. Good job by the Scots in transition there. Here comes the high pick and roll with LaRue. Reardon. 8 on the shot clock. Screen from Reardon. Some collisions there. Fernandez gonna pull up from 18 off the back iron. Oh, look out. Collision going for the board, and Alma comes up with it. It was Noelle Ebel. Pass inside, good cut, and it came short. Wiggers had it for a moment, lost it, and the offensive board and putback by Waterstret is good. Back to a three-point game, and now here is the full court press. by the Scots at 24-21. Did not see a lot of this a week ago. Well, now they pull it back. But it does chip into that shot clock. Here's Reardon on the cut, goes up, missed it on the layup attempt, and here comes Alma the other way. Scots with a chance to creep to within one or perhaps tie it. Now Wiggers with a great steal, comes in from behind in the free safety spot. And she's got it in transition. She's gonna go toward the basket, back to Reardon. Oh, thought about the three. Instead over to LaRue. Fernandez gonna drive to the basket, pulled it up, shot off the back iron, no, and a rebound by Alma. Good pack line defense there by Alma to cut her off. And it forced Fernandez into an off-balance look. Weber backdoor feed, and it's going to be off the hands of Wisniewski, out of bounds. Both teams playing exceptionally hard right now, especially on the defensive end, knowing this is a one-and-done situation. Got another media timeout here with 4:35 left in the second quarter. Kelvin leading it 24-21. Fans today will be watching for our Defensive Player of the Game, brought to you by Straight Line Fence. That'll be today's Defensive Player of the Game, brought to you by Straight Line Fence. Transforming properties across Michigan by crafting fences that provide sanctuary, security, and self-expression. Committed to care and craftsmanship, Straight Line Fence has earned a reputation as Michigan's most trusted fence installers. Call Straight Line Fence today to start building something beautiful. Also, stay tuned for tonight's halftime show, sponsored by Insignia Homes and True Kitchens. We'll catch up on the accomplishments of all of the MIAA student athletes that have been competing here over the last week or so. Had MIAA swimming and diving championships going on last week in Holland. Alma and Kelvin competed. Kelvin took second in both of those. I know Hope won the men's and the women's crowns. A number of league records were set. Kelvin had a hand in some of those. And then Alma, coached by Chris Hamstra, did a tremendous job. They're starting to build that program there, and really good to see what Coach Hamstra is doing with the Alma swimming and diving program. That's all ahead on the halftime show, sponsored by Built by Insignia Homes. 24-21, 4:35 to go here in the first half. Full court pressure by the Scots. Looping pass to Ryan Rohr. And now Wiggers skip over to Fernandez. Wide open, a three, going to be off the mark. Reardon got a piece of it. Battle for the board, she got it and turned it over. Wisniewski stepped right into the passing lane, anticipated it well, and here comes Alma. Starkey going to drive on Hallowell, goes up, and got blocked. And the Knights come down with the board. I thought we might get a foul there. We did not. Wiggers hands it off to Hallowell. Little spin, going toward the basket, back to Rohr. Right side, Fernandez. Feed on the left block to Rohr, going to be short. Shooting gone cold for Kelvin here. Here is Dorlow going to the hole and got fouled as Rohr got her hand in the cookie jar, if you will, and she's going to be tagged with a foul. Free throw up and in there by Molly Dorlow out of Howell. And she makes them both, so a one-point game here. Over at Albion, the Brits lead late in the second quarter, 31-25 on Kalamazoo. Kelvin with the basketball. Knights trying to find a basket. Hallowell, had to straddle the sideline there. Pretty good pressure here by the Scott defense. Ball going around the horn. Wiggers going to go to the basket, kicks it left side. Reardon from 17, good. Ashley Reardon with a key shot, 26-23. Breaks a little drought there for Kelvin. Here comes Alma. Starkey kicking around the horn. Waterstret, now Derlew. Little backdoor cut. Nothing there. Oh, and Rohr stepped in. Thought that might have been a foul. Would have been her second. Here's Starkey, backdoor feed. Pass inside, and shot got blocked by Fernandez, and she got the board. Yeah, I thought foul might have been called in that play too. You can hear the Alma faithful behind me. Again, I think they got a case. Here's Fernandez on the baseline to Rohr, going hard to the basket, and she did get fouled. It's either Waterstret or Derlew.
Come on, guys! We get slack down there, we don't get goal.
Waterstret got that foul, her second. So Rohr at the line for two. Missed it. Well, Knight's a little cold at the free throw line here. 4 of 7 now. As a team, second one off the mark, 4 of 8. And the Scots dodge one. Oh, we're going to have a turnover as Kaminsky was looking for a lead pass and nobody was open and dragged her foot. Lily Nitz back into the game for Kelvin. Nitz has a couple of threes for Kelvin off the bench. Chloe Wiegers got a high screen from Nitz out of South Christian High School. We're looking inside to Rohr. Has an angle, goes up with the right hand, no. Battle for the board, she got it and put it up and in. 28-23, Ryan Rohr working hard. Scots coming the other way. Kaminsky a three, gonna be deep. Scots get the board, that's Derlew. On the right block, back to Kaminsky, another three. It's up there, gonna be deep. And a battle for the board, Rohr has it. Left-handed pass over to Wiegers. Into the front court. Skipped it over to the right side to Fernandez. There's a screen from Rohr. Fernandez pulls up from 14, gonna be off the back iron. Rohr with the board, put back, no, and she is fouled. Foul gonna be on Maddie Weber. Now 4 fouls on Alma overall. Now it's a shooting foul there, but any foul from this point, the rest of the half will be a shooting situation for Kelvin. 2 fouls on Kelvin, 4 on Alma. So Rohr, who just missed a couple back there and just missed another. Oh. Knights now 4 of 9 at the free throw line. That one's going to be short, never caught the rim. Ashley Reardon back on for Kelvin. 28-23. Alma with the basketball with 1.5 left here in the first half. Pass inside to Weber. Backing her way in, lefty, no. Got her own board, put back is good. 28-25, full court press by Alma. Ooh, Hallowell almost lost it. Coach Stormont trying to tell her defense what to do. Well, they just stole it. And here they come, the Scots. Pass back to Kaminsky. Pulled it up, kicks it right side. Derlew with a three, and it is no good. Rebounded by Fernandez. Alma has had some open looks from 3, just not able to connect. Fernandez all the way to the hole, and she got fouled. That one will be on Derlew. Here comes Caitlin LaRue for Hallowell. Fernandez will put her first one up there, and it's in. We have a sub, I think. That'll be for Fernandez if she makes the free throw. I think we got Lindsay Minderhoud coming on. Second one is good. 30-25. So Kelvin 6 of 12 at the line. Alma is 6 of 7. 30-25. Kelvin up 5 here. Under a minute to go, second quarter. Minderhout on Starkey. Weber at the high post. Comes over to set a screen. Starkey goes to the right side, and a steal by Minderhout right off the bench, and she comes in and makes her presence felt. Here is Chloe over the timeline. About a second and a half difference between shot clock and game clock. Knights can more or less play for one. A little hand check going on by Starkey. 13 on the shot clock. Chloe Wiegers is going to start making her way to the basket. Over to LaRue, trying to spin. Double team comes. Little up and under, and I don't think she got it off in time. I think they're going to put time back on the clock here. Or did they say it hit the rim? Well, they must have decided that the shot was off before the horn, and that it hit the rim, and the clock did indeed run out. So at halftime, it's Kelvin 30 and Alma 25. Hey, quickly, time now for Let It Fly. Look at today's three-point shooting stats arriving from the Gerald R. Ford International Airport. For Kelvin, the Knights from three-point range are 4 of 11. From three-point range, 36.4%, and Alma is 1 of 8 for 12.5%. That's Let It Fly from Gerald R. Ford International Airport, where endless adventure begins in your backyard, flying nonstop from Grand Rapids to over 35 major cities in the United States. Hey, quickly, we'll go through the stats, and then we'll turn it back to the studio. These stats brought to you by Advantage Commercial Real Estate. Looking at the stats, you can see it up there on the board. Overall in this game, Kelvin is 10 of 35 from the floor, 28.6%, and Alma 9 of 26, 34.6%. Just gave you the three-point shooting. Free throws, Alma 6 of 7, 85.7%, Kelvin 6 of 12, that's a 50% clip. Kelvin has a 25-21 rebounding advantage, including 12 to 5 on the offensive glass. Scoring leaders, Anna Fernandez for Kelvin has 8. Caitlin LaRue has 6. Lily Nitt, 6 off the bench. 4 apiece for Ryan Rohr and Ashley Reardon. For Alma, very balanced scoring attack. Sarah Ebel, 5. 4 apiece for Brecken Werner, Kate Starkey, Cadence Kaminsky, and Maddie Weber, and 2 for Anna Waterstret. So that is a look at today's first half stats brought to you by Advantage Commercial Real Estate. Let's turn it back to the studio for some messages from Calvin University.
For many, Calvin represents more than a campus. It's a place that shaped values, friendships, and a lifelong sense of community. At Holland Home, that spirit carries on, welcoming residents with a range of backgrounds, including those who once called Calvin home. With a culture built on caring, community, and connection, Holland Home provides a vibrant, active lifestyle where residents come together to connect, engage, and celebrate together.
The coach just put you in the game. Everything is on the line. Are you ready? Just like a winning team needs a strategy, your finances need a game plan. At Skipper and Osterink, we're your financial coaches. We strategize together, striving to adapt to every financial play. Your victories are our victories. Our goal is to help you be successful. Join the Skipper and Osterink team. Your financial success is our focus.
Biggie's Sports Grill, your next destination for any occasion.
With incredible entertainment and amazing food that makes you want to come back for more.
Where family memories are made.
Where sports are enjoyed and friends gather.
Cheers to good times, great friends, and a place where the game is always on. Only at Biggie's.
At Bergsma Plumbing, caring for West Michigan means more than fixing pipes. It means strengthening the community we all call home. As a family-owned business, Bergsma Plumbing values relationships. They take the time to sit down with you, explain the problem, and walk through the plan. because informed clients make the best clients. They believe in the mission of Calvin University and proudly support the students who are shaping the future. Bergsma Plumbing, trusted service, proud partner of Calvin University Athletics.
At Calvin University, innovation powers everything we do, from the classroom to the field. It's how we learn, how we lead, and how we grow together. That's why we're proud to partner with Applied Innovation, a regional company providing practical advice and cutting-edge technology, automation and imaging to drive business forward. Thank you, Applied Innovation, for investing in the future, ours and yours. Whether it's a first savings account or a mortgage down the road, Lake Michigan Credit Union is there every step of the way. As a proud sponsor of Calvin Athletics, LMCU is investing in what matters: student success, strong communities, and a bright future for all. Thank you, LMCU, for helping our student athletes and our neighbors dream big and bank smart.
The coach just put you in the game. Everything is on the line. Are you ready? Just like a winning team needs a strategy, your finances need a game plan. At Skipper and Osterink, we're your financial coaches. We strategize together, striving to adapt to every financial play. Your victories are our victories. Our goal is to help you be successful. Join the Skipper and Osterink team. Your financial success is our focus.
Whether it's a first savings account or a mortgage down the road, Lake Michigan Credit Union is there every step of the way. As a proud sponsor of Calvin Athletics, LMCU is investing in what matters: student success, strong communities, and a bright future for all. Thank you, LMCU, for helping our student athletes and our neighbors dream big and bank smart.
Big E's Sports Grill, your next destination for any occasion.
With incredible entertainment and amazing food that makes you want to come back for more.
Where family memories are made.
Where sports are enjoyed and friends gather.
Cheers to good times, great friends, and a place where the game is always on. Only at Big E's.
At Bergsma Plumbing, caring for West Michigan means more than fixing pipes. It means strengthening the community we all call home. As a family-owned business, Bergsma Plumbing values relationships. They take the time to sit down with you, explain the problem, and walk through the plan, because informed clients make the best clients. They believe in the mission of Calvin University and proudly support the students who are shaping the future. Bergsma Plumbing, trusted service, proud partner of Calvin University Athletics.
The coach just put you in the game. Everything is on the line. Are you ready? Just like a winning team needs a strategy, your finances need a game plan. At Skipper and Osterink, we're your financial coaches. We strategize together, striving to adapt to every financial play. Your victories are our victories. Our goal is to help you be successful. Join the Skipper and Osterink team. Your financial success is our focus.
At Calvin University, innovation powers everything we do, from the classroom to the field. It's how we learn, how we lead, and how we grow together. That's why we're proud to partner with Applied Innovation, a regional company providing practical advice and cutting-edge technology, automation and imaging to drive business forward. Thank you, Applied Innovation, for investing in the future, ours and yours.
For many, Calvin represents more than a campus. It's a place that shaped values, friendships, and a lifelong sense of community. At Holland Home, that spirit carries on, welcoming residents with a range of backgrounds, including those who once called Calvin home. With a culture built on caring, community, and connection, Holland Home provides a vibrant, active lifestyle where residents come together to connect, engage, and celebrate together.
Are you eager to ask God bold questions? At Calvin University, faith in Jesus Christ is part of our everyday lives. Dive deep into the Word through campus-wide Bible studies where leaders mentor you. Worship daily with friends in chapel, each day with a unique theme. Explore worshiping in other languages and cultures. Own and grow your faith as you learn about God's creation and your purpose in it. This is your invitation to engage, to belong, to grow.
Back here at Vernord Arena, and you see the halftime stats up there. We gave those to you earlier, presented by Advantage Commercial Real Estate. Hey, welcome to today's halftime show. Beautifully built by Insignia Homes and True Kitchens is our sponsor. Whether your next project is an urban renewal in the city, a remodel of the family lake house, or a new country estate, Insignia Homes and True Kitchens teams and team members are ready to bring your vision to life. Hey, recapping the MIAA Swimming and Diving Championships took place over 3.5 days last week out at the Holland Aquatic Center. Kelvin men took second, Kelvin women took second. Alma men and women's teams both took fourth places in the final team standings. On let's see, on the women's side, Alma taking fourth place, its highest team finish at the conference meet since 2017-18. And first time that Alma has broken the 400-point barrier at the championship meet since 2013-14, or the 2014 season. On the men's side, Alma took fourth, 364.5 points. First time that they have finished above fifth in the final team standings since the 1999-2000 season. Brent Reel, I think is how you say his name, R-I-E-H-L, had a school record, actually broke his own school record in the 100 breaststroke. So a big highlight there. For Kelvin on the men's side, Charles Platt was a big mover. He won the 50 freestyle, 100 freestyle, and 200 freestyle individual titles. Also on several winning relays, named the MIAA's most valuable swimmer in men's swimming and diving. Jackson Merkel had a big meet, winning backstroke events that actually matched an MIAA record that also is shared by Charles Platt. Now, Platt did not swim the 100 back at the MIAA meet this year, but Jackson Merkel matching his own MIAA record, and I believe Jackson is in the top 5 in the country right now in his times in the 100 back, and he's up there in the 200 backstroke as well. Those were some of the highlights on the men's side. Elise Bajwa was the MIAA champ in the 200 breaststroke for the Kelvin women. She also set a school record in the 100 breaststroke, took a very close second place finish. And then speaking of the Merkels, Emma Merkel, older sister of Jackson on the women's side, Emma Merkel winning the 200 freestyle. That came on, I believe, Friday night, so that was the second full day, technically the third day of competition at the MIAA Championships. And that was a big highlight. Zoe Poe of Kelvin on the women's side winning the 1650 freestyle and an MIAA record time. The NCAA Championships field is expected to be released either tomorrow or Friday, and right now we kind of think that there's going to be about 7 men and 7 women representing Kelvin. On the swim side, Veronica Skipper, who is a junior out of Chicago for Kelvin, will compete at the NCAA Diving Regionals, which are this upcoming Friday and Saturday down at Kalamazoo College. So any divers from the MIAA or from around the region will be over at Kalamazoo trying to qualify for the nationals. They used to with diving. It was kind of based on scoring from around the year. You had to send in video, and then judges would look at your video and decide whether you were one of the top group of divers selected to go to the national championships. And it was just kind of an inexact science. So for diving only, they have a regional competition. You compete in the 1 meter and the 3 meter. Now you have to have a benchmark score to qualify for the regional, so not everybody gets to go either. And they host that at a site. Kelvin has hosted it, I think, 3 times. The last time was 2022. And it's kind of a fun competition. You see some great divers from around the region, including the MIAA, competing. Speaking of competition, the MIAA Indoor Track and Field Championships, also sponsored by Collegiate Credit Union, will take place this upcoming Friday and Saturday down at Trine University in Angola, Indiana. Actually, the championships are already underway, and thanks to Alma for being the host of the multi-events. Now, that's the heptathlon on the men's side, and the pentathlon on the women's side. Those are indoor events, and they call them the multi-events because there is multiple individual competitions that make up the pentathlon, 5 events for the women and 7, the heptathlon on the men's side for indoor track and field. On the men's side, see if I can't bring up those results. I know that Kelvin took first place in the heptathlon and has first place in the overall team standings with 15 points. Hope is second with 13. Zach Van Buren won the heptathlon out of Kelvin. Bob Horton was 4th. And let's see if I can't dig up these results here, because I know there was at least one Alma competitor up there, and I think it was Helena Snyder of Alma on the women's side that did quite well in the women's pentathlon. Just quickly going through these results here. Leland Edelin on the men's side for Alma took 7th. So the Scots currently have 2 points. And I'll try to come up with, at our next break, I'll talk a little bit about that women's pentathlon and tell you a little bit more about it. Back to the action here. Alma with the basketball. 30-25. Derlew loops it inside to Werner. Skips it to the right corner. Werner up and under, reverse layup. It's up and in. Acrobatic play. There's that full court pressure by the Scots. 30-27. Shaping up to be a tight one down the stretch. Here's Rohr, pulls up, short again. Fernandez tried to get the board. Could not. Kelvin starting 5, really unable to get on track from the perimeter. Ball knocked out of bounds by LaRue. Starkey going to go to the basket, goes up, a little deep, and Rohr got the board. LaRue quickly up to Reardon. Knights in transition. 30-27. LaRue to Chloe. Got a screen from Rohr. Got the inside pocket pass. Lefty left it short. And a tie up here. And who's got the arrow? Kelvin does. Looping pass to Reardon. Over to Fernandez. 15 on the shot clock. To Rohr, going to try to get her going inside. Pass almost stolen away. Right side, LaRue, it's open. It's up there, around and out. Good box out by Werner, and she got the board. Here comes Alma. Derlew. Ebel looking inside, nothing there. Werner high post. To Kaminsky. Picked up her dribble. 12 on the shot clock. Going all the way to the basket. Off the window and in. That's Derlew. And it's a 1-point game at 30-29. Well, it comes down to who can put the ball in the basket when it comes right down to it. Knights are struggling to do so. And Alma chipping away. And they are down just a point. Fernandez got bumped. Put it up. And I think that's going to be a shooting foul. Foul be on Werner, her 3rd. So here comes Weber back on. Kaminsky just checked out. Wisniewski also on for the Scots. Fernandez to shoot a pair. Misses the first free throw there. Points are becoming a premium commodity. Misses the second and rebounded by Alma. Scots with a chance to take the lead. Weber looking for Starkey. Sets the high screen. Starkey with a little stutter step, now left side. Dorlow going to the basket, kicks it to the right corner. Three, it's up there, going to be deep, and Rohr with the board. Look out, stolen away by Starkey, came from behind, or Wisniewski to Starkey. Starkey going to go all the way to the basket, a little step through layup, and the Scots lead, 31-30. You just kind of smell it coming. Knights just kind of hitting a wall here offensively. Rohr going to put it up from the baseline. Good. Knights needed that desperately, and they take the lead back. 32-31. Turning into a nail-biter here at Vennord Arena. First round MIAA tournament game. Starkey going to go to the basket. Wiggers on her and called for the foul. Starkey leaning in, drew the contact, and she will go to the line. And as I mentioned, she is an 80% free throw shooter. Pretty good proposition for Alma, getting her to the line. Waterstrat back on for Alma. Free throw good. 3 of 3 at the line there. Second one is up there and in. Full court pressure by the Scots, and they lead it by a point at 33-32. Ryan Rohr over to LaRue. Little hop step, LaRue going to the basket, left it short. It was a good move, just didn't finish. And a near turnover by Waterstrat. Gets it away to Noelle Ebel. Weber high post for that handoff, finds Waterstrat. Fernandez on her, 10 on the clock. Ooh, it might have gotten away with a travel there. There's a three from the top. It's up there off the back iron. LaRue with a board, a tie-up, and I think that'll go to Alma. They've got the arrow, the Scots do. Here comes Hallowell, back on for Calvin. Reardon will check out. Inbounds play to Kaminsky, back in Fernandez, coming from behind Rohr. Ball kind of comes back toward Weber, right in front of us. On the dribble is Ebel, 5 on the clock. Pass to the post, Weber turning, got away with a travel, loose ball, who's got it? Wiegers does, and here come the Knights. Kelvin trying to get something in transition. Alma's done a good job of getting back. Fernandez just bowling her way to the basket, put it up, no! Coach Christner wanted a foul there. Referees say play on. Alma the other way. Probably a good no call, in my opinion. Little show and go, and now here is Ebel, almost got her pocket picked, and she did get her pocket picked by LaRue. Boy, fierce defense going on right now for both teams. LaRue's got to find somebody to pass it to and finds Chloe into the front court. 20 on the clock. Game being hotly contested now. Alma up 33-32. Under 5 to go, third quarter. Fernandez may have pulled her foot a little bit. Hallowell a three, good from the deep corner. Knights up 2 at 35-33. That was a big basket. Weber getting the ball poked free momentarily, gets it back, goes up, shot, and a foul on Rohr. I think that will be her second. And a media timeout here with 4:24 to go here in the third quarter. Kelvin leading Alma in this MIAA tournament first round game presented by Collegiate Credit Union, 35-33. Time now for this month in Kelvin Sports History, presented by Applied Innovation. Tonight we highlight the record performance by Steve Hondard in a Kelvin men's basketball victory over Kalamazoo College. On February 20, 1993, in that contest, Hondard scored a Kelvin in MIAA single game record 61 points to lead Kelvin to a 96-90 overtime victory that secured the MIAA regular season title for the Knights. Hondard was recognized on the floor in last Saturday's rivalry game against Hope College for being inducted into the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame. That's this month in Kelvin Sports History, presented by Applied Innovation, connecting Kelvin alums for over 36 years. And fans, tonight's Kelvin Women's Sports Report is presented by Lake Michigan Credit Union. We talked about her a little bit earlier here at halftime last weekend at the MIAA Swimming and Diving Championships. Kelvin Junior Emma Merkel of Granville High School, Granville, Michigan, captured the MIAA women's title in the 200 free with a career best time of 150.04. Also a part of Kelvin's MIAA champion 400 free relay, and will be one of 7 members of the Kelvin women's swimming and diving team competing at the NCAA championships in late March. That's tonight's Kelvin Women's Sports Report, brought to you by Lake Michigan Credit Union, where its members earn more when they save and pay less when they borrow. Also, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Skipper Nostrink Wealth Management, providing personal financial strategies tailored to your goals and lifestyles. So it's Kaminsky at the line that will shoot, not Weber. Kaminsky, the leading scorer for the Scott team, cans the first free throw. Chance to tie it, and she does. The Scots doing a good job at the free throw line. Now 10 of 11 at the stripe. Tied at 35. Lily Nitz is on for Kelvin. Backdoor feed to Reardon. Pulls up from the left block. No. Battle for the board. Comes back to Reardon. To Fernandez. Pumps up a three from the corner. Good! 38-35. The offensive board again comes up big for Kelvin. Now here's Starkey. Picked up by Reardon in the lane. Scott's trying to get something in transition there. Long looping pass to Brecken Werner. Leaves it over to Dorlo. To Werner, going hard to the basket, off the window, no, and rebounded by Fernandez. Pretty good defense by Ashley Reardon. Here is Anna Fernandez, leaves it over to Lily Nitz. 3.5 to go, third quarter. Chloe Wiggers finds Hallowell. Pulls up from 15, going to be short. Rebounded by Lily Nitz, got hit over the head. And I think they're just going to say it was knocked out of bounds by Alma. And apparently that is the call. Just had some subs. Werner came out for Alma. Weber came on. Inbounds play for Kelvin. Got to get the ball in. And loops up top to Hallowell. 38-35. About 3:15 left in this third. Lily Nitz, a freshman from South Christian. Handoff to Fernandez. Trying to drive it to the hole. Good defense by Alma. Jumper by Reardon off the mark, and a hold by Alma. And again, the offensive board situation for Kelvin's been huge. Alma unable to block out. Knights quicker to the basketball there. I think that was Starkey who got called for the foul. Inbounds play over to Nitz. Pulls up for a three, gonna be deep. Didn't really have her feet together on that one, and here comes Alma in transition. Ebel going hard to the basket, off the window and in. Sarah Ebel, and it's back to a one-point game, 38-37. High screen to Fernandez. Going to pull up from 17. Fadeaway short. Rebounded by the Scots. Here they come. Dorlo bringing it into the front court. Scots with a chance to take the lead again. Here's Dorlo in the post. Working on Fernandez. In the lane. Shot blocked by Fernandez, and Fernandez got the board. Fernandez trying to go hard to the hole, kicks it right side, Nitz. Line driver going to be off the rim, but got her own board, puts it off the window, no, battle for it, and Alma comes down with it. The Scots in transition, that's Sarah Ebel, right side, Kaminsky pulls up, a three, around and out, and Fernandez with the board. The difference right now, the Knights have hit a few more threes, and Alma has struggled from beyond the long line. Hallowell loops it over to Nitz. Ooh, had Reardon, now does get it to her high post. Gonna go to the basket. Thought about the up and under move, now back to Hallowell, 10 on the clock. Trying to turn to Reardon, gotta do something here. Goes to the basket, off the window and in! And a foul. Sarah Ebel will be called for that foul. And Reardon making something out of nothing. Wholesale substitutions for Alma. Noelle Ebel is back on, Reese Wisniewski on, Anna Waterstret on. See LaRue on for Kelvin, Sammy DeKuyper in, and Ryan Rohr on. Free throw is in, and she completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Here comes Rohr. And we've got a timeout on the floor with the 1:29 left here in the third. Kelvin up 41-37. Hey, Kelvin University offers summer sports camps and 50 different sports for kids in elementary school through high school. Visit kelvinknights.com for a complete list of camps. Kelvin Summer Sports Camps, sponsored by Power Strength Training Systems with 6 locations throughout West Michigan, with specialized training programs for high school and college athletes, plus customized training for adults over 40. Power Strength Training Systems is West Michigan's comprehensive athletic training center. Check them out today at powerstrengthpro.com. Also, discover a hidden gem in Grand Rapids, the Bruce Dice Mineralogical Museum. Right here at Kelvin University, it features over 500 stunning specimens of minerals, rocks, meteorites, fossils, gems, and jewelry. I've been through it. It's a world-class collection right in your backyard. It's in the Science Building, right in the heart of campus. The museum is open most weekday afternoons, and admission is always free. Can't beat that. Start your adventure at kelvin.edu/dice. Again, the MIAA would like to thank Collegiate Credit Union for serving as a proud sponsor of the MIAA Women's Basketball Tournament. Collegiate Credit Union is a digital banking corporation built for student athletes. It's not just another payment app, it's real banking. Collegiate makes it easy to manage your money, grow your savings, and stay focused on your future. Learn more and sign up today at www.collegiatecu.org/MIAA. Back to the action here. Alma with the basketball. 4-point game, 41-37. Weber with it, trying to back down Nitz. Double team comes. Rohr got a little piece. Now there's a shot, and Nitz got a piece. And just a deflection out of bounds. Coach Stormont was asking for a foul there. And once again, I would say she's got a pretty valid case. 14 on the clock, shot clock that is, and a ball that got loose. Alma comes up with it. Wisniewski going hard to the hole is Alma. Wisniewski, 3 on the clock. Gonna pull up from 7 off the back iron, and Hallowell with the board, and then stepped out of bounds. Oh, they're gonna call a foul. Said she got pushed out of bounds, and the Alma crowd behind cannot believe it. Well, I think the issue with that is if you're going to call a foul, you kind of have to call it right away. And it was a delayed call. It's either a foul or a turnover. And they went with a foul. Boy, a little loose pass there. The Knights pick up the loose change. Sammy DeKuyper comes down with it. Hallowell. See if Kelvin can do something with this possession. LaRue goes up and got fouled by Weber. No, that was not Weber. That was Noelle Ebel. So LaRue will go to the line. And she'll shoot a pair. Caitlin LaRue at a Grand Rapids Christian High School. Free throw, rounding out. Free throws continuing to be a bit of a struggle for the Knights. Have not checked in on that other first-round MIAA tournament game. Been so involved in this one. Second one is good, so 42-37. Albion leads Kalamazoo 56-41 with 9:20 to go in the fourth quarter over at the Kresge. Winner of that takes on Hope in the first semi Friday night at Trine's MTI Center. Winner of this one plays Trine in the second semifinal Friday night at Trine's MTI Center. 42-37, Alma with the basketball. Ball goes right corner. Now on the drive is Weber, goes up, no, but a foul on Rohr, and that might be her fourth. No, her third, beg your pardon. With 17 ticks left here in the third. First one is good by Weber, so the free throw shooting continues to be strong for the Scots. I think that is 11-12 right now. And she makes the second. So 12-13 and a three-point game at 42-39. Fernandez back on. Nitz checks out for Calvin. Alma Kaminsky just checked out, and I think Sarah Ebel just came in. Calvin could play for one here at the end of the third quarter. See what they do. Fernandez on the dribble, finds Rohr. 4 on the clock. Fernandez gonna go to the basket, pulls up, fade away, no, Rohr, a putback, oh, missed it. Would have counted. Rushed it a little bit and threw it a little deep. So at the end of three, it's Calvin 42 and Alma 39 here in the MIAA tournament. Women's basketball first round game presented by Collegiate Credit Union. Again, we'll be looking for our Bauman and DeGroat Energy Efficient Player of the Game. That'll be presented by Bauman and DeGroat. We'll also be looking at our Energizing the Knights Player of the Game, brought to you by Pliables. And our Defensive Player of the Game, brought to you by Straight Line Fence. And our Visser Brothers Teamwork Play of the Game at the conclusion of this one. Looking at statistics here that were just brought to me. Calvin is 6 of 16 from 3. Alma is 1 of 11. Free throw line, Calvin 8 of 17 and Alma 12 of 13. Rebounding, 38 boards for Calvin, 31 for Alma. Shooting percentages, 33% for Alma and 26.9% for the Knights. Lowest shooting percentage from the floor for Calvin in quite some time, but you have to credit Alma's defense for a lot of that. Well, they're going to come over to the scores table to check to see who does have the arrow here. Fernandez for Calvin has 11. Ashley Reardon has 7. Alma has Sarah Ebel with 7. And then 3 different players with 6 apiece. Kate Starkey, Brecken Werner, and Maddie Weber. Well, they're going to say Calvin basketball. Sammy DeKuyper is in for Calvin. To Rohr. He's going to take it, go right to the basket. Double team comes. Lefty and puts it off the window and in. That's a good play and a good finish by Rohr. Knights set that one right out of the third quarter break. Sarah Ebel, she's going to try to get to the basket, kicks it right corner. And then she just went down. Oh, look out. And Rohr's going to pick it up and time will be called. Well, let's turn the camera aside there as Sarah Ebel went down on that play as the medical attention tends to her as she was driving to the basket. We've seen a few of those plays this year already for Kelvin, unfortunately, so you can only empathize and hope for the best for the student athlete. That's about all you can say on that one. Knights up 44-39 right now. Let's look over to that other first-round MIAA tournament game. 7 minutes left at the Kresge Gymnasium. Albion leads Kalamazoo 58-43. Megan Truella's got 19 points for Albion right now, and Lauren Vanderstelt of Kalamazoo has 20 of the 43 points for the Hornets. And looks like Ebel is getting helped off the floor by the Alma training staff. So as I mentioned, you can only hope and pray for the best in that situation. 5-point game here. Kelvin leading it by 5 with 9:31 to go. LaRue gets it to Fernandez. Been tough sledding for the Kelvin offense in this contest. Alma defense has been a constant. Ooh, pass over to Rohr. Now up top to DeKuyper. LaRue thought about the 3. 10 on the clock. Little spin dribble, going to the basket. Scooper, a little off the mark. Just caught a piece of the rim, and Werner came down with a board. Here is Starkey into the lane. Skips it left side, passing to the post to Weber. Trying to back down Rohr, going right to the basket, and an offensive foul. Rohr a little slow to get up. Looks like she's going to be all right. She'll check out, as will DeKuyper. Chloe Wiegers into the game. Reardon back on. Just been one of those real physical rock fight kind of games here tonight. Winner goes on, loser goes home. Fernandez, that's way off the mark and out of bounds. Had an open look and just unable to get into rhythm. So the Scots will get it back and a chance to make this a one-possession game. 8.5 to go here at Vennord Arena. First round MIAA tournament game brought to you by Collegiate Credit Union. Ball kick to the left side now. Werner in the post, defended by LaRue. Reverse layup and in and out. Oh, did everything but go down. And rebounded by Reardon. Handed it off to LaRue. She'll pull up for 3 from the top and off the iron and rebounded by Durlow. Here comes Alma. The Scots all the way. Starkey off the rim. No. Rebounded by Fernandez. Kick right side. Hallowell. She'll pump up a 3. Good. In transition. Knights up 8. 47-39. Maddie Weber looking inside. Nothing there. Gets it back at the top. Durlow trying to work on Fernandez. Driving to the basket. Oh, she picked up her pivot foot, and they got her for the travel. A 30-second timeout taken by Alma with 7:27 left here in the fourth. And we'll take a little break. I think we're in pretty good shape with all of our commercial sponsorship reads and that type of thing. Hey, we do want to thank Big E's Sports Grill on the East Beltline, just south of the Calvin campus, hosting Inside Calvin basketball the last 4 Monday nights in February. Had a nice crowd this past Monday. Featured the Calvin women's basketball team a couple of weeks ago over there, and that was a lot of fun. The Inside Calvin basketball show brought to you by Big E's Sports Grill and presented live on 96.1 FM The Game. Garrett's Appliance and Michigan Sports Radio. Just was an absolute blast all month, and hosted by Bob Sack. Thanks to his good work for putting that show together, and for all the Calvin fans for coming out and supporting both of our basketball teams. Be sure to include the Big E's locations. There's a bunch of locations near you. There's one in Holland, one near downtown Grand Rapids, and of course over on the Beltline just south of the Calvin campus. All your March Madness viewing will be right there for you to watch at Big E's Sports Grill. And we'll see you next fall at Big E's for Inside Calvin Football, featuring Calvin head coach Trent Figg and his Calvin Knights. Looking at the stats here. Alma shooting 31%. Calvin now up to 28.1%. But the Knights have 7 triples and Alma has just 1. And the Knights had the basketball as well. Fernandez up over the timeline. Chloe on the dribble. And a foul on the Scots. I think Noelle Ebel will get called for that one. That will be foul number 3 on the Scots. Wednesday night here in Grand Rapids, Fenord Arena, MIAA tournament first round game. Knights up 8, trying to build it up to double digits. Chloe Wiggers backdoor feed to Fernandez, goes up, no, missed it. Offensive board, yes! And the Knights do lead it by double digits, 49-39. If that once you don't succeed, try again. And that worked to perfection. Pass into the post to Brecken Werner. Trying to back down Reardon. Double team comes by Rohr and she picked her pocket. Hands it off to Chloe. Passes it over to Rohr. Hand off to Chloe Wiegers. Looking for Fernandez on the curl. Pass over to Rohr. Good backdoor feed. Reardon off the window and in. That's going to be our teamwork. Our Visser brothers teamwork play of the game. Tic-tac-toe. That was Fernandez, Hallowell, Rohr, and Reardon on that one. Steal by Kelvin, and the wheels starting to fall off for the Scots. Knights. Fernandez all the way to the hole. Missed it. And Alma gets the rebound. 51-39. Alma needs a basket desperately here with 6 minutes to go. Kaminsky, right side to Ebel. And Reardon comes up and knocks it out of bounds. 5:54 to go. Waterstret back on. And also back into the game, Kate Starkey. No sports action tomorrow. Hey, Calvin ACHA Division I hockey team getting a bid to the national tournament last night. Try to talk about that here at our next dead ball. Pass into the post. Weaver, nice spin move, goes up and lays it in. Back to a 10-point game. Alma needed that one desperately. Hallowell into the front court. This is the 4 seed versus the 5 seed. It's been a tight one until the last couple of minutes. Little turn of pace and a layup by Chloe Wiegers, who lays it up and in. Little killer crossover, if you will. 53-41. Ball left side. Dorlow. Pass into the post. Kaminsky. Hallowell there. Back up top to Weber. Dorlow. Got cut off on the left baseline. Starkey on the dribble. And ball got deflected underneath a tie-up. I think Alma has the arrow, and it does. With 4:56 to go, we're going to get this media timeout, or did we already have our media timeout here? Must have already had it. So Lily Nitz on. Reardon off. I see Hallowell off. LaRue back on for Calvin. Starkey with 4 on the shot clock. Scott's got to get it in and get it up. Werner goes up and Rohr fouled her. Rohr had a piece of the ball, but a piece of the jersey as well. They're going to say that's not a shooting foul. Now they're going to talk about it, the 2 referees. It would only be the first foul on Calvin, and they will say a 2-shot foul. So Rohr will check out with the 4 fouls. Reardon right back on. Wisniewski on for the Scots. Free throw is up and in by Werner. Second one is good. 53-43. Double team coming here for the Scots, and they get it over to Wiggers, and she goes hard to the floor. Tie up coming up here, and I think Calvin's got the arrow with 4:44 to go. The Scots coming hard there. Oh, Fernandez, boy, she got hit from behind. Scots turning up the defensive pressure, almost have to at this point. Down 10. Here's Nitz. Raridan, 7 on the shot clock. A pull-up from 18, LaRue off the back iron, rebounded by Wisniewski. Pass to Waterstrat and threw it out of bounds. Well, tipped by the Knights, so it'll stay with Alma. Got blocked a little bit there, so I couldn't quite see the deflection. Starkey looking for a high screen. LaRue helps out. Oh, and they're going to call a bump. That'll be foul number 2 on Kelvin here in the 4th for LaRue. I think that's her first. Still a 10-point game, 4:11 to go. Knights trying to dig in on defense. Little skip pass over to Wisniewski. Drives into the hole to Werner. Oh, had a look. Now here's the 3 from the top. Dorlow off the mark. Scott's just, and Fernandez with the board. Scott's just unable to get going from beyond the long line. Knights are going to try to take a little clock or time off the clock. Reardon top of the key, now Fernandez. 10 on the shot clock. Reardon finds LaRue right corner, 5 on the clock. Drives to the basket and turned it over. And I think we got a Kelvin foul as Wisniewski stole the ball and then got bowled over by Nitz. So that's the 3rd foul on Kelvin. And the one thing, if you are Kelvin with a double-digit lead right now, you do not want to start sending Alma to the free throw line, the Scott team that's 12 of 13 at the stripe, and allow them to score with the clock stopped. Brecken Werner over to Starkey. Pick and roll. Starkey going to the basket and got knocked loose by Reardon, and she comes up, got her pass stolen. Good job by Wisniewski. Little turnaround and it's good. 8-point game. 53-45 with 3 to go. Full court pressure by the Scots. Knights trying to break out here, and I think we're going to have a hold on Alma from behind. So that will be on Dorlow, apparently. And that is the 3rd foul on Alma. So both teams with 3 fouls apiece, still not in the bonus. And again, full court pressure by the Scots. 2:54 to go. Entry pass into Fernandez. Double team comes. Skip pass up ahead to Hallowell. Has Rohr deep. She'll pull it back. Now Hallowell layup and oh, missed the layup. 2 open there. Was off balance and Werner got the board. Big break for the Scots. Dorlow to Werner. Pumps up a 3. It's up, no. And a good box out by Fernandez, and she'll be fouled. That is the 4th team foul on the Scots, so still not a shooting situation. There's a long bomb pass by Wiggers, and she finds Rohr for a 60-yard pass, if you will. Here's LaRue to Wiggers. Oh, to Rohr, pulls up, off the window and in. 10-point game. Pass inside Dorlow. Brecken Werner, 10-point lead for Kelvin. Just over 2 minutes left. Scott's got to make hay. Starkey blocked by Chloe. Knocked out of bounds. 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. Reardon coming back on. Ryan Rohr will check out. Little defense for offense. They're almost done at Kresge. It's an 8-point game. Albion in the lead. get you the final when we get there. Starkey to the hole, missed it. And a rebound to Fernandez. She will bring it into the front court. Fernandez just eating some time up. 1:40 left in this one. 10 on the shot clock. Chloe Wiegers got a screen from LaRue, back to Caitlin LaRue. Goes to the hole and look out. Turned it over. So a minute and a half to go. 10-point game. Scott's making some substitutions here. Into the front court, that's Ebel. Now Brecken Werner. Caden Kaminsky, a three from the top. It's up and no, off the back of the iron. Long battle for the board, and I think that was Ebel who came up with it. Got it back on the dribble. Time ticking down on the Scots. Pass inside to Werner. Reardon is there, goes up and foul. Free throw is good, and that is one area that Alma, as I mentioned, has excelled. 13 of 14 at the line now for Alma. And she missed the second. Battle for the board. LaRue came in, boy, working hard, pushing bodies around, and she came up with it. Now it ends up being a held ball, so the arrow does say Alma. One minute left in this one. Alma will get it into Kaminsky. Here's a three by Starkey. It's good. 7-point game. 6-point game, beg your pardon, at 55-49 with 57 ticks left. And the Scots take a timeout, and I believe, or actually I think that'll be a Kelvin timeout, 30-second timeout. So Kelvin will advance the basketball here. Well, it's going to be a situation where the Knights have to protect the basketball and make free throws. Albion up 66-57 with 25 ticks left at Kresge. That three by Starkey, just the second triple for Alma in this one. They are 2 of 15 from three. Kelvin 7 of 19. Free throws, Alma now 15 of 17. And Kelvin 8 of 17. So a 7-point advantage for Alma at the charity stripe, but in terms of three-point shooting, the Knights have converted 5 more than the Scots. LaRue gets it into Rohr, and we're going to have a foul on Alma, so that will send Rohr to the line with 55.5 seconds left. And that is going to set up a number of substitutions, offense for defense and ball handling and whatnot. Lindsay Minderhout just came on for Kelvin. Came up with a key steal late in the first half. Well, you'd like to get at least one free throw here. And they do right there. Makes it a 3-possession game at 56-49. Another one coming up here for Ryan. It's up there. And around and out. And rebounded by Werner, and the Scots will take the timeout. A 30-second timeout, and that will advance the ball. So Alma has 2 timeouts left. Kelvin has 2. And a 7-point Kelvin lead with 54.6 seconds left in this contest. So free throw shooting, Kelvin now 9 of 19 and Alma 15 of 17. One team is shooting 88%, the other 47.4%. Rebounding. overall, Kelvin with a 47-39 rebounding advantage, including 18-8 on the offensive glass. Starkey leads Alma in scoring with 9. Oh, and also Brecken Werner with 9. Fernandez has 13 for Kelvin, 11 for Rohr. Here comes Alma to inbound with Newski right in front of us. Gets it to Brecken Werner. Time ticking down. Werner's going to go right to the hole. Pulls up off the window. No! Came down and off of Kelvin. Boy, that did everything but drop. So an Alma inbound here with 44.7 seconds left. Quickly over to Starkey. Wiggers all over her. Goes to the hole and fouled. I think that might be on Minderhoud. It is. So that is a good situation for Alma because a chance to score points with the clock stopped and still 41.1 seconds left. Calvin's got 2 timeouts left. Can always advance the ball with one of the 2 timeouts. We'll see what the Knights elect to do here. First free throw up and in by Starkey, the dead-eye free throw shooter. She is now 7 of 7 at the stripe tonight. Give her 10 points overall. Second one, good. So a 5-point game at 56-51, and the Knights will take that 30-second timeout. See Ebel coming back on for Alma. That's Noelle Ebel. So Kelvin will advance it. And I do like that stratagem, as they like to say. You advance the ball, gives yourself a better chance of inbounding, forcing the opposition to foul. And it also keeps the opposition from stealing the ball right underneath the basket that they need to score at. So if you do turn it over in front of your own bench, Alma does have to go down the court to score. Now you only get so many of these timeouts. Knights just with 1 left. But you'd love to put a few more points on the board and again make it a 3-possession game. Right now a 2-possession game at 56-51. I'm going to stand here. LaRue trying to get it in, and she does to Hallowell. Double team comes in the corner. LaRue up top to Fernandez. Goes to the basket and gets fouled. That foul is going to be on Wisniewski. Reardon coming back on for the Knights. Ryan Rohr will check out. Hallowell out. Minderhoud back on. Fernandez will be at the line. First one up there and missed it. Alma's got 1 timeout left, and looks like they may take that timeout after this free throw. Second one is up there and good. So 57-51, timeout taken by the Scots. 3-possession game here with 34 seconds even on the clock. 34.0. I was standing there. It's right behind Coach Stormont, who's right in front of me, and that's just the way our setup is here. And trying to make sure that I could see what was happening. So Starkey with 11 points. I think the Scots would like a 3, but if you can get an open look for a 2 right away, I think you take that. If you're Kelvin, you probably defend the perimeter a little bit more aggressively. A 2-point field goal still keeps it a 2-possession game. A made 3-point shot makes it a 1-possession game. Got Wisniewski right in front of me here. Minderhoud on her. Pass into the post to Brecken Werner. Clock is not rolling here. So they will come over and rectify that. And it'll go back to, I believe, 34 seconds. They're going to They're going to go look at the monitor here to make sure. Going to try to fix that one. So the other thing, if you're Alma, the way they shoot free throws, getting the ball right to the basket, and that kind of looked like what Alma was trying to do there. They got it into Werner on the post. You can get the old-fashioned three-point play. That also makes it a one-possession game. Let's check on that Kalamazoo Albion game. I think it is, oh boy, still not a final here. 11 seconds left. 68-59 with 2 seconds left. So Albion will advance the MIAA tournament semifinals to face Hope at 5:30. All right, so they got it at 32.2. Long looping pass and deflected by Fernandez, comes back over to Dorlow. Here's a three from the top, and it's up and no. It was a pretty good look there by the Scots. Layup no by Dorlow and rebounded by Reardon, and a foul by Alma with 19.6 seconds left. That was Wisniewski that had that three, and I thought that one looked pretty good. It was just off the mark. So I think Brecken Werner just fouled out for Alma. And she did. Waterstreck coming on for her with 19.6 left. And Reardon will go to the line. To give Brecken Werner a hand. Free throw up and in. Werner, a 6-foot senior out of Lyons, Michigan, Portland High School graduate. Perhaps looking at her final minutes as an Alma women basketball player. Knight's got the offensive board, and LaRue put it up and in. And that may prove to be a bridge too far for the Scots. 60-51, 13 on the clock. Starkey goes to the hole, missed it off the window, and then off of Reardon, who is standing out of bounds. Well, we're going to have to do our post-game awards here. I'll have to think about a few of them. Here's a looping pass over to Starkey. A three blocked by Chloe Wiggers. And Chloe will definitely be our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Straight Line Fence. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to read that promo right now. But first, let me give you the final score. Kelvin 60 and Alma 51 here in this MIAA tournament first round game presented by the Collegiate Credit Union. Kelvin will move on to the MIAA tournament semis Friday night at 7:30 to take on Trine University. The other first round game will be Albion going up against Hope. Albion a 68-59 winner in tonight's other first round game. Well, the defensive player of the game, brought to you by Straight Line Fence, is once again Kelvin Jr., Chloe Wiegers. Chloe, in this game, if I can bring up her stat line, had 3 blocks and 3 steals, 4 assists, 7 total rebounds, and she was all over Kate Starkey again, just like she was a week ago. So she is our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Straight Line Fence, transforming properties across Michigan by crafting fences that provide sanctuary, security, and self-expression. Committed to care and craftsmanship, Straight Line Fence has earned a reputation as Michigan's most trusted fence installers. Call Straight Line Fence today to start building something beautiful. Our Visser brothers teamwork play of the game was that play, I believe that was late in the third quarter. Fernandez was a part of it. Rohrer was a part of it. Reardon had the end product, the layup off the feed where she came hard from the right corner there. And that was a big boost. I think it got Kelvin up 7 at that point after the Knights had actually trailed. So that'll be our Visser brothers teamwork of the game. Key play, a play where Kelvin has planned, managed, and executed correctly. That's the Visser brothers teamwork of the game, presented by Visser brothers General Contractors, or a team of dedicated project professionals knows how to maintain your construction process on schedule and on budget. All right. I have to decide on, let's see here, energizing the Knights player tonight. And boy, oh boy, I'm going to go with Caitlin LaRue She played really hard, had a lot of loose balls, grabbed rebounds, and brought a lot of energy to the game. Looking at her final stat line, she had 9 points. She had an assist, 9 rebounds. So, beg your pardon, she had 4 rebounds. So 9 points. I'm looking at the wrong stat line. 9 points, 1 assist, couple of steals, and the 4 rebounds. So that is our Energizing Nights player of the game, Caitlin LaRue. Brought to you by Pliables, located at Knapp's Corner in Grand Rapids, using the freshest, highest quality ingredients. Pliables serves healthy, delicious acai, pitaya, coconut bowls, and smoothies. Your morning booster and your lunch break dream. Pliables at Knapp's Corner. And we also have to come up with our Bauman and DeGrow energy efficient player of the game. And I'm going to go with Ryan Rohrer. Could go with a number of players, but Ryan had 11 points and a career high 15 rebounds in this game. She also had 3 steals and did a lot for the night. So she is our energy efficient player of the game, presented by Bauman and DeGrow, where only the best heating and cooling systems are recommended for you, with no upselling and no pushy sales tactics. Our Advantage Commercial Real Estate stats here. Got them right here in front of me. Again, Kelvin winning at 60-51 as we wait for Kelvin head coach Mark Christner to come by, and here he comes. And I'm going to get his headset set up as we've got Coach Christner on the post-game show. And Coach, would you call that a Picasso?
It was exactly what we thought it was going to be. I'll be honest. I know, Alma was coming here to win the game. We were too. And weird stuff happens in tournament play. I mean, we had been the best free throw shooting team in the conference, tied with them. They shoot 89 from the line. We shoot 47 from the line. And, sometimes the pressure can get to you, just trying to get our group to relax a little bit and make plays for each other. A 4 for 18 is not efficient enough for Manna. She had 5 assists last game against them. She's got to be able to make plays for other people. We talk about how our group is balanced. I thought Lily Nitz did a nice job for us in the first half. I thought Gabby did a nice job in the second half. But their offense comes from our better players making plays. And, the best possession was reverse, ride to Ash for a layup. And it's yes, that's what it needs to be. And when you're feeling the heat, sometimes you just do things that are a little abnormal. And I thought we were that way, and give credit to Alma because they put us in that situation. But we're going to have to be a lot better if we have designs on doing anything on Friday.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that layup that you just mentioned by Reardon, that was our Visser Brothers teamwork play of the game. That was a fun one. You did make a few 3-pointers, and in a game like this, that was really, really key. I know they got you at the charity stripe, but you hit 7 triples, and they hit only 2. And, boy, it seems when you hit 3s in postseason tournament play, it feels like they count even more.
They do. And Gabby's big one, that just helps you extend, right? We got some stops. And Nitz's in the first half helped us.
2 of them.
Yeah, helped us kind of maintain a lead a little bit. And then, Anna had some good looks that she missed. But, I give them credit. I mean, they changed some things defensively. It is hard to play the same team in a week where, we kind of pasted them last week. And it wasn't like that today. We knew it wasn't going to be like that. And, you do need your best players to come through. I thought defensively they did a really nice job. I think offensively, the ability to, again, kind of trust and move the ball really is a lesson we need to continue to learn. And when you do that, good things happen, right? I mean, that's how Gabby made her 3s. I thought we got Anna open for a couple that she missed, but and I will continue to give Ash credit. She did a really nice job, defensively on the board, made a couple big free throws. I thought she played well again.
Yeah, and, maybe the shooting and the offensive execution wasn't where you wanted it, but I thought at least the compete level was quite hard. I mean, you had 50 rebounds tonight and a ton of offensive boards, getting a lot of the 50-50 balls out there. I mean, I saw Caitlin LaRue or Fernand Rohrer had, I think, a career high 15 rebounds tonight. And, you could go right on down the list. It was pretty key, the fight to get the basketball.
And, hey, man, it's a tournament.
You
are going to win or you're going to be done. And it was kind of probably befitting of a 4-5 game, I suppose. But, I give our group a lot of credit. And I think, too, the it is a little weird to have a bye and to not play.
Yep.
And while, I think the rest is good, I do think there's some rust that comes with that. And, I think we probably had that. But I would say that our attention at the three-point arc for them, because that is one of the things they do really well. Wisniewski was 4 for 4 against us the last time. I thought we really did a good job of closing. I thought we continued to make life hard for Starkey. I mean, she had a great year, and she was 2 for 10, or 2 for 20.
We gave Chloe the defensive player of the game again.
2 for 20 in 2 games. She hadn't had that all year. And I give our group a ton of credit there. And we were going to trade some post-ups for some threes, and they made it a little bit in there, but not enough, obviously. So, thrilled with the win. I thought, it is kind of a gut deal a little bit once you get here, and you just figure out a way to see each other tomorrow.
So it's a short turnaround. You get to practice tomorrow, and then Friday night you'll play the Thunder of Trine. You were down there about 2 weeks ago or so. In the semi. So how do you go about preparing here in short order?
Yeah, biggest thing is just some rest. I mean, we loaded up the chocolate milk and the Dr. Julie Walton. Shout out to Dr. Julie, who's my old nutrition prof. It's one of the best things for recovery. And then, we have some sore people. We will talk about some things. It'll be a little more conceptual. We've obviously had 2 very tough games with them, trying that is in this regular season. So I think our group should be confident. And, to be honest, the pressure does fall off. You try really hard to not put any pressure on your group for this game. But in my experience coaching in this game, this is the hardest one.
Yeah.
It is the hardest one because for some reason you feel like you should win. And obviously both teams felt like they could win. It was played hard that way. It was physical. And yet I think that can factor into how you go about performing. And the goal would be to eliminate that part and just be loose and free. And hopefully we'll have a little bit of a looser group, Friday. But the challenge of, we had to play people minutes, and that's fine. We had to do what we had to do to get the win. So they're good athletes. Got to be ready to roll,
Absolutely. Well, you know what the MTI Center is all about. You're down there last year and came out with a trophy when it was all said and done. So,
and it's good to get to Friday. It is good to have that chance. Like I said, I think we have some familiarity with Trine. We've played well against them. We're gonna have to play well. There's no question. But I would like the group to be able to be, relaxed and free. I'm maybe optimistic that, another day or 2 for Jamie, and she might be able to help us. And that could give another boost off the bench. But I'm pleased with the progress of our group, and it is a little bit of a gut check to have to defend your home court in this type of situation. Not completely dissimilar from last year with Adrian when they came and pushed us. So, I appreciate our group's effort, their consistency. I thought Alma played really hard, and Brecken's had a really nice career there. Sarah and their other they've done a nice job. Sammy's done a nice job. Have a really nice win over Otterbein earlier this year. They beat us up there, and so our goal is to continue to, we got to recover. We got to be ready to go and see if we can win this thing.
Yeah, well, I'll be down there following you guys at Trine. Got some indoor track and field going on just down the hill there on Friday and Saturday. So let's hope we have a lot of sports action to cover at Trine University this weekend.
That would be great. Yeah, some wins down in Trine would be awesome.
That would be great.
Thanks, Jeff. Go Knights.
All right, go Knights. That was Calvin head women's basketball coach Mark Christner here in the postgame show, brought to you by Insignia Homes and Kitchen. This post-game show also presented by Big E's Sports Grill. Big E's, your best spot to watch all of this week's basketball games on the East Beltline, just south of Calvin's campus, and with locations in downtown Grand Rapids, downtown Holland, and Midland. Let's look at our scoring leaders here. Was just going over some of the team stats. For Alma, Starkey had 11 points to lead the Scots in scoring. Brecken Werner closes out her fine career for Alma. She had 9 points, 6 boards, 7 points for Sarah Ebel, 8 for Maddie Weber. And let's see, we've got 6 points for Kaminsky, 4 for Wisniewski, 2 for Waterstret, and 4 for Derlot. Let's move it over to the Kelvin side. 14 points for Anna Fernandez, led all scores. She also had 12 rebounds, so a double-double for her. in 34 minutes of action. Ryan Rohr, 11 points and a career-high 15 rebounds in this contest. Had 3 assists, 3 steals, and really played some hard basketball. Ashley Reardon played some tough basketball. 10 points, 1 steal, 7 rebounds, and she ended up playing 29 minutes of action. 9 points, 4 rebounds, couple of steals for Caitlin LaRue in 30 minutes of action. Chloe Wiegers, 4 points, 3 blocks, 3 steals, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. 6 points for Gabby Hallowell, a couple of threes off the bench, and 6 points for Lily Nitz off the bench, and a couple of threes for her. Kelvin had 7 triples, and Alma had 2. So a good final result. Our Fast Science final score, Kelvin 60 and Alma 51. Looking ahead to our next broadcast, it'll be Saturday. It'll be men's lacrosse, a 1 o'clock contest against Milwaukee School of Engineering. But both basketball teams will be on the road this weekend, and they got to win Friday to get to Saturday. The Kelvin men go to Olivet, and the Kelvin women go to Trine. Kelvin men play at 5:30 against Hope at Olivet, and the Kelvin women play at 7:30 against Trine. We'll have the links to those respective broadcasts from the host schools up on the KelvinKnights.com website, so you can follow along that way and root on the Knights and all the action going on, indoor track and field and lacrosse and all the other things. We got tennis happening. ACHA D1 hockey going to the national tournament. Really didn't get a chance to talk about that too much, but they got a bid, so they'll be competing down in St. Louis later in March. A lot of stuff happening here in the Kelvin athletic scene. Again, a final score here from Venord Arena. It's Kelvin 60 and Alma 51. Thanks to the crew back in the studio for doing a great job as always. And until our next broadcast, we say so long.